Good evening everyone, going live for some more Daily Race C this evening. I did finally have the opportunity to put in a bit of practice. I switched over to the R8. I have also changed some settings, software and hardware, so hopefully the quality of the stream and the audio should be a bit better. So I just want to play that back, check that is the case. We will be jumping into the 6 o'clock race. Okay, that was a little bit quiet, so I'm just going to change the balance ever so slightly. Just a very slight change there. Okay, let's get into the race lobby. I'm really looking forward to this set of race this evening. I finally found, I think there's a couple of attempts that I was looking for all week. From that practice I was able to do earlier on, which is great. I've also moved the PS4 further away from the microphone, so hopefully you won't hear the fan noise. And I've got the microphone a little bit closer to me, so hopefully that's going to help as well. But I'm going to jump in some practice now, just get a lap or two in, just to re-familiarise myself with the R8. I did do a practice race as well, which went quite well. Didn't really have any issues with tyre wear, which I was worried about. Stream should be slightly high quality as well. I just changed a few settings there. Just running -2 brake balance seems to work okay. It's a little bit messy through turn 1 and 2. Sort the old pedals out. Yeah, that's better. But yeah, should be some good racing today. Should be starting a bit higher up the grid, and it shouldn't be a case of kind of falling back in the race as much like I was with the RCZ. So in the last race I had, started I think 6th and finished 4th, so there's a little bit of progress there, which is good. We like progress. Hoping we see some of the usual suspects in this race. a very exciting livery. Just some yellow paint. Fluorescent yellow paint. And we'll aim to not punt anyone off this race. Just check the, because I've changed some stuff with the bitrate and boring stuff like that. Check it's still working. Looks like there was a bit of a dropout there. Getting some error messages. Getting some error messages. I'm going to change something around, so the stream is going to pause a second. So we should be back now. There will have been a little pause there. I think I had the bitrate on too high and the audio wasn't catching up. If you are watching and I do lose audio, just pop a message and I'll change it back to the default setting. But hopefully this is a little bit clearer, the picture. That's the idea. Right, let's get out of the car. It's not going to be much for warm-up. Had a very good battle with Nori in the last race. And GT Avi, who ran a bit wide, so we ended up having a good battle. So we might have lost the drive already. We're starting 9th. Okay. Let's try and just get into the race a little bit. Get into the groove. Very continental feel to this grid. To brake a little bit earlier at turn 1 here than usual. So it's goodbye to the RCZ. RCZ is old news. The R8. R8 was a very cool car when it came out. It's kind of teased in that movie with Will Smith. Get the name? iRobot. Not sure about tease, but there was some promo link up there. Pack of R8s here. No! Brake really early. No harm done. I guess it was all really compressing in there. It's very close. About 3 or 4 tenths there. Ooh, might get a penalty. Nope. Okay, a little bit of breathing space as well. Mr. Nori back on our tail again. A little bit gingerly through the chicane. It's kind of half decent lap time, but I know I was losing time there. So if we can get a 1:46 lap in the race, that would be very good for me. I think I can eat a bit more curve there on the turn 2. Side by side through here. Fair play for making it through. Pretty tight, like always. Faster lap. Slightly too deep there at the time. It's not the best line, but it'll do. that up. Kind of invited him to come through there. Kept the position without... Oh, missed an Uri again. But it was very messy going down the back straight. He's had a couple of goes before down the inside and he's going to go defensive. Not defensive enough. Close. There was a slightly unusual line through there, so if we can keep in touch, we can have a go down the back straight. Coming under a lot of pressure from behind. Might be a bit too far away. Just a bit too far away, I think. Slide on. Not gonna quite. Ooh, I don't know. No. expensive here. Yellow flag. Oh, I didn't see him there. My bad, mate. I'm in a bad place there. So the thing is, around that hairpin off the straight, because I'm looking at the apex to my left, because I've got the VR headset on, it means I can't actually see the radar in my field of view. In my defence. I'm getting mugged left, right, centre here. Mr. Suarez. He's deep. It's turning into that kind of race. Two laps. Two laps to go, so 1 second penalty behind. They're going to go at it ahead. Ooh, he's close. Wide. Decent exit. Right. He's probably going to catch me by the end of the straight. He's got a penalty. Out there. I don't know if I'm braking too early there now. I am braking earlier in the R8. I've got 1 second penalty for that, I think. probably just follow him. Braking a bit too early in the R8, I think. P11, but pace was fairly happy with the pace. So I think a good base on which to build. Just playing around with the settings still. Ah, okay. This will make sense. I'm hoping there's less fan noise today than there's been in the previous streams. PS4 is well out of the way. Hi Fish, yeah, I was in the RCZ just then. Ah. Can't remember where you finished. But the RCZ was the car I've been using for the last couple of days. And I've really enjoyed using it. Just seems to grip for me very nicely and handles the last chicane very nicely as well. But I've just switched over to the R8. Ah, just behind me. Yeah, I don't know if you saw my tyres going at the end, or I was just not driving as well. But yeah, it's close race. Don't know if you can do the next one. I'm going to jump in. I'm going to jump in for the next one. But these races are really close. I'm really enjoying them. Lots of different cars. So slightly different braking points, closing speeds, tyres going off at different rates, but very close. Very close. Hi Kate, good to hear with the sound. Done a few bits and bobs. I'm getting some error messages from YouTube saying there is no sound, but I'm assuming there is. Yeah, these races are good fun. I'm going to be doing Interlagos next week, I think. The Daily Race B. That should be pretty fast and furious. But this is a good combo. A track I found really difficult to get the hang of. I still haven't completely got the hang of it, but it's a bit of a deceptive track because there's a lot of like medium speed corners that I thought I was doing okay at and I just wasn't. Yep, next week's race is already revealed. So I can't remember what Daily Race A was, but Daily Race B, Interlagos, I think Group 3, hard tyres, and then Daily Race C is going to be at Le Mans, no chicane. So that'll be fun. A lot of slipstreaming there. Car choice is going to be interesting. I hope it doesn't become a one make. You never know. Any plans for outdoor racing? Yes. We'll be at Daytona soon for a D-Max race. And then the Club 100 season starts for me in August. Early August. So looking forward to that. Club 100 race weekend this weekend. Looks like the racing has been pretty good, pretty fast. So I've got to warm up before jumping into that. I'm not expecting to be, anything other than around the back of the grid, but it's all practice. You work at Sandown, nice. Yeah, well, I'll be there. Please don't give me a black flag or a slowdown or a curbing. You'll see me with my stupid camera. Yeah, in fact, I've got a few videos of Sandown on my channel. So, cool place to work, I guess. Although I used to work outdoors when I was younger. And on the hot days, on the really hot days, it's well, rather be outdoors than indoors, I think. Anyway, am I gonna make some videos from outdoor racing? Yep, that's the idea. So at Sandown, unless Fish can let me know if anything's changed, but I can still use my helmet camera. But in Club 100, I'll be mounting that to the car, same camera that CPGT uses. So you should get some cool 360 footage. And I was actually doing mainly outdoor videos before lockdown, when I started doing a lot more GT sport. Would be cool to live stream a kart race, but would only really make sense if there was live telemetry and positions. So maybe I'll have a think about that. But yeah, it's a small world, I think, in terms of inverted commas, sim racing, karting. I think if you like racing, you'll find avenues and ways to do it. This race is more about control, consistency, discipline. For me anyway. Other races are more about, a lot more overtakes, a lot more dynamism, having to make quick decisions in terms of overtaking. This is a bit more of a strategic race. But every race is different. got a lot of sun on my screen, so I can't really see who's in this race. Some fast drivers as usual. Lots of R8s now. Maybe other people have done the same thing as me and kind of been swapping around the cars and now ended up in the R8. Probably could shave a couple of tenths off that qualifying time, but it would take me, I don't know, these things aren't an exact science, it would take me 20-30 minutes probably. So hopefully another close race in the pack of R8s. Hopefully there's lots of fighting. I don't feel like I'm going backwards anymore like I was in the RCZ. A couple of guys at the back, no stop. Looks like Josetti maybe streaming on a Twitch odd account. So maybe we'll see him come past. But yeah, racing in fast lobbies. Right, gonna jump into this one. Hope it's a good race. Got Nori behind already. My nemesis of the day. Finding Nori. I jumped on earlier in the R8 today, having only used the RCZ last couple of days. Did one lap and it was already a couple of tenths faster than my RCZ lap, and then spent a bit more time and got it down to a 0.3. You can see that if I could shave off a tenth, but these tenths get harder and harder to find as you whittle the lap time down. But I think I know where I'm losing the time. It's coming onto the back straight. Anyway, we start in midfield, which is where we're ending, so you know. Probably warm up the tyres next time. What do you call a group of R8s? Stampede? Flock? A rumble of R8s. Got two in there. What happened to Mr. Dory? Maybe he got mugged. Ooh, 3 wide. What do we do here? Through the middle. There's only one way. Nice. If I do say so myself. Nice. No. Hope that was a nice move to watch in the chat. And thanks for all your tips during the week that have been very helpful. Need to be on the throttle earlier here. Didn't have the best exit. P5, being a bit opportunistic. This guy might be a bit flustered. Just missed the apex there, I think. Bit of a moment. Ooh, penalty ref. No, I think it's okay. Ooh, fast lap for me. Fast lap, only a bit more than a second off the pace. Not the best, but it'll do. I'm fighting up ahead. Ooh, someone's got a penalty ahead. No! Ooh. My race flashed before my eyes there. We've let this guy off the hook a little bit. Wow, that was a fast lap considering I lost a load of time there. This guy's got more pace than me. I almost spanned that on entry. I was so wide. I normally don't take wide enough lines. That was too wide. Ooh, deep. No, that's alright. Okay, have we caught slightly? Yeah, 2/10. Wow, my first 1:46 lap time in a race. I'm going to pop the champagne on the side. Just nibbling the curb there. Using the drift nicely. This chap under some pressure again, if we can. Ooh, he's sliding. On lap 7. Lost a bit of time there in sector 3, I think. Ooh, these races are close. Where's he going? Quite get the best exit there. It's a good rabbit to chase this. Was a bit of a moment. Okay. Very happy with my lap times so far. Place your bets in the chat. Where am I going to finish? Either 4th, 5th, 6th or 7th. Probably equal odds on all of them. Deep. Sometimes if you break deep, everyone behind you breaks deep as well. Oh my word. Oh, 3rd place has spun. And he's rage quit. Wow, or did he get reset? Okay, well, does that change the odds? What are you doing, mate? No. Gonna lose both of these. Very strong move by the Spaniard there. Can we keep the inside? Just about. Slot the car in there. Ooh. Ah no! Oh, we got a penalty. Alright, time to focus. Just go for it, whatever happens. Should be safe now. P5. Well done if you had your money on P5. It's quite a stressful race. Thanks, Kiepi. Through the middle. Yeah, I'll have to clip that or something. It was one of those moves where I couldn't really do anything else. So I had to go through the middle. But a good race. Josetti, Twitch alt account, we think, maybe finishing 11th, my usual position. So you can see there that if I started higher up the grid with a better quali time, I think I'd be able to hold my own there. And I think I could take a 10th off without too much trouble. But it is what it is. It's entertaining racing wherever we're starting. The further back we start, the more entertaining the racing is normally. But a good race, number 12 in the car, finishing P5. Yeah, Fish, don't know what happened back where you were in the RCZ. But can see a lot of red SRs around you. I got a bit lucky because I did a Hail Mary overtake through the middle. But yeah, tough one. Getting surrounded by R8s, AMGs, 911s, everything. Anyway, always the next one. Always the next one. That's where I normally start and finish around, in the middle, and it can get very aggressive. Whereas at the top, for the last race, it was a little bit more civilised. We'll go again. Should we get a call livery? Nah, it's fine. Yeah, I don't know exactly what happened, Fish. If someone punted you off, I can always note them down in the notebook and give them a revenge punt in the next race if I come across them. I have seen some absolute murders on this race this week, where things have just balled over. I did murder someone yesterday, but it was unintentional. Completely unintentional. But of course I'd say that. It's now on 39,600 DR. Get some more good results, might break through into 40k. Hopefully the audio is good on the stream. I'm getting all sorts of streaming errors, which do worry me. But it looks like it's holding up. So yeah, that was that overtake through the middle. Well, actually, in the space of a corner. Oh, that's there. In the space of a corner, we made up 3 positions, and that was pretty crucial to the race. And just managed to hold on to them as well. And had a very good battle with the Turkish driver, who I think if I'd been a bit closer I could have pressured him a bit more, because he looked like he was on the edge a little bit. But the R8 definitely working a lot better for me than the RCZ, or the RCZ. And the tyres don't really seem to be an issue. The last lap is a little bit more hairy, but that's pretty much the same for everyone. Unless they're in an 911. So yeah, qualifying. Comes down to qualifying. So next week for Interlagos, I'm going to try and make some time to qualify. Just get a half decent lap time. It is one of these things where during the course of the week you do get more comfortable, find time. So maybe it's a case of throughout the week kind of setting aside time to get some good qualifying times in. I saw Key25 had a suggestion for qualifying in Daily Race C to just have a one-shot qualifying. And to be honest, that would... Hi L71B, thanks for joining. Had a really good race last race. Hi Roberto Kit, really good race last time out, finishing P5. Or was it P4? I can't remember. P4 or P5. Some very good racing. Switched over to the R8. But Key25's suggestion was don't have preset qualifying because that's not fair. That is just, well, it's not just, but it comes down to how long you can spend getting that time trial. So his idea was to have a one shot, and I think the timing in Daily Race C would allow it because we have a warm-up anyway. Maybe a warm-up could be your lap. Everyone gets dropped in just before the last corner. Have to do one lap. It would mix things up a bit. So I think I'd be in favour of that. I can't see it happening. It'd be a pretty big structural change. But that would make things pretty exciting. Especially in a race like this where the qualifying is so tight and there's a lot of us between you know, just a tenth of a second. So with a one shot, that would more come down to who could pull it out of the bag on the day, as they say. It's what happens in FIA, and I think that's why FIA has a bit of extra sparkle to it, bit of an extra edge, because you don't know where you're going to start. You might feel pretty good about the track or the combo and have done well in practice, but it doesn't count for anything until you've done your quali. So yeah, interesting idea, and I think I agree with it. How long do we have here? 1:44. Let's maybe try and get a super quick lap. I moved my head before the headset was ready. That's not going to help. So I guess my optimal, not really that much ahead of my actual call time. Tried to really open out there, but that's going to be a pen. It wasn't. I think that was going to be half decent. What I should be doing is cooling my wheel. Right, let's see who we've got in this race. Let's move the microphone a little bit because I'm just touching it sometimes. Base Design has some good races with him. Eco Terrorist. And then Nemesis of the Day, Nori. So you can see the quali times where I am are really close. I guess I'm... okay, just ahead of me is really close. Everyone in the 0.2s. Very continental feel to the grid today. Hope everyone is well. Hope Roberto... oh, Eco-Terrorist! Nice. Join the stream, we can see you here in the Genesis. Getting some feedback that the microphone is too quiet. So I'm going to just fix that slightly. I've just brought the game sound down slightly. If the microphone is still too quiet, just tell me to speak up. Hope you've been having some good racing, Eco-Terrorist. Yeah, I struggle here a lot. Story of my week, but it's a good race. We'll see what happens in the first couple of corners because we could end up quite close together. 17 on the grid, short grid. Okay, the wheel's nice and cool. Gone for the Genesis, a car which I've seen a lot here that I haven't used. Two Brits in this grid. Otherwise it's just tricolores around. No Spaniards near me this time. Right, time to put on the headset. If I get the opportunity to do another Banzai overtake, 3 in 1, I'll try and do it. Has some very good racing with base design in FIA. Very fair driver. GT Avi, been racing him today. He's obviously always starting on pole with that lap time. Nearly always. But seems to come closer to me during the course of the race, which is surprising. Let's move this. Okay, should be better on the sound now. And we're going to start on the straight. VIP start, not starting like a pleb on top of a sausage curb. Turn left as you enter the plane. I didn't burn fuel there. I always forget to burn fuel. I think I probably should. You know what? I'm going to warm the tyres. I've never done it before. Really bad tyre warming skills. Whoa! You know what? Fair play. Maybe we can deploy him as like my personal cruise missile. Where's the cue ball going? He's going to hold me up here. Ooh, Dory's going to get through. Oh no. I saw that happening. This guy's a liability. Maybe it's time for me and Dory to actually join forces. An unlikely alliance to just strong in. There we go. Okay, I shouldn't get into a fight. It's just going to hurt my race. Okay, my mission is to finish ahead of the French guy now. That's it. We'll see what happens with the penalty. It's going to drop me right back into that. Okay, not too bad. Oh, where's the Frenchman going? Something's happened there. Whoa! Oh my gosh! This guy! Fucking hell. This fucking guy. Look at that! Oh my word! Don't tap me here. Don't tap me. Thanks. Fair play to that Spaniard. This French guy, eh? Right. Let's find him again. One of these races. Hope it's entertaining. Billy Kid, I'm coming for you. This guy just got penalty immunity. Ooh, that's going to be interesting. That's going to be interesting. Play super games, win stupid prizes. Wait. Oh, he's okay. I mean, he's obviously a fast driver to kind of keep up. Just has a screw loose or something. Roman Grosjean's alternate account. It's not cool when you try and make a pun and you stumble over the words. I feel like everyone ahead of this guy here didn't get caught up in that. I don't know where Dory is. Oh, Dory? Nori's right behind us. Made a mess of that. I think we've got the pace in this guy if we keep it consistent. Got to make use of it sooner or later though, because I think he's going to be better on the tyres. Dory likes to make a move on the inside here. Trying to reel this guy in. That's pretty good through that corner. That's my worst corner in this track, I think. Oh, just so slow. I know the consequences are so severe if you outbrake yourself going into the left part of that chicane, that I just instinctively brake earlier. In a 911 sandwich here. Decent line until the very last corner through there. This just dropped out of slipstream range. It's going to be a battle with Nori now. Billy the Kid, still there. Just back in slipstream range now, that's nice. Messy. I think Nori also had a bit of difficulty through there. There's some swapping and changing going on for 6th position, but I think they're so far up the road, it's almost irrelevant. Lose a lot of time there if you go just a little bit too wide. Ooh, he's close. Very wide there from Frenchman ahead. Is that going to be a penalty? Yes. Game on. Oh, I got back out. Fair play, Mr. Nori. Sixth place in view. Lost a lot of time that lap. Italians, 1, 2, 3. Right, is Nori going to get a little bit close to the Frenchman? Might do. Maybe we'll pick up the time. Not quite yet. So I wonder if what's going to happen here is if Nori gets a run down the back straight. Maybe that's where I pick up pieces, if I can. No, didn't have to wait that long. Ooh, okay. Just open the community chest. Penalty error in your favour. Make advantage of this. Got to be flat out and just make the move. Got to make the move. Yeah, we're gonna be okay. I'm always super gentle with the chicane on the last lap. Wow, well that was a pretty eventful race. Hi Flying Flapper. Hope the hand is doing better today. Having a very good weekend, very good weather. Had some fish and chips. One of my favourite meals. On the podium, stop running over the first part, last chicane. Only go over the sausage on the right hander. Yeah, maybe. I've noticed. We'll see when I'm in a train of cars. I think some go over, some go around. I'm not sure what the best way to do it is. My danger is if I go around, I go too far around, and then I end up trying to do a way too aggressive corner for the last part of the chicane. So I don't know. I think my entry is probably not right into those two sausage curbs. Can't seem to find Billy's kudos, but found his kudos. SR graph, yeah, I imagine his SR graph is like a heart rate thing. Up and down, up and down. What a guy. Where did he finish? 12. What a guy. Let's congratulate him on his clean driving. Yeah, but wow. Well, he's gone down to an A. I don't know if he just had a bad race or something. That's very much the benefit of the doubt. Hi, Eco Terrace. Yeah, I don't know if you got caught up with Billy Kidd, but he was something else. I was just avoiding him. Did the new gloves feel okay? Alright, I say they feel a little bit. So I've got some new gloves for karting from Torque. They feel a little bit tight compared to my mechanics gloves. I'm not wearing them for sim racing. Maybe I should. Maybe I'll wear them on the next stream. I'll put a picture in the thumbnail or something. But first proper karting gloves. So they feel proper, and I hope the tightness is something that I'm just going to listen to. What's Nori saying? You mess with me, I'm going to mess with you. Nice. Nice. I hope this carries over onto the next race. Did I get the infestation of flying ants? Yeah, I did. So I went for a walk today and noticed a load of ants on the floor. We were like, shitload of ants everywhere. Came back and they were all spawning. And I saw some huge, what's the word, infestations. Maybe that's what's going with Billy the Kid. Maybe Billy the Kid is actually an ant, and he's going through that kind of like, gotta fly, gotta, and that's what's happening. A bit like, you know, in Men in Black, there's a person, he's not actually a person, he's like an alien, he's like a locust. That's what's going on with Billy Kid. Just a theory. Just throwing it out there. Hopefully the sound is a bit better now. Tweaked stuff with the software and the hardware. Good result in the end. Yep, thanks L Central B. Very good result. In fact, that might have tipped me over into 40k DR. Let's have a look. Yeah, 40,091 DR points. Which has gone down very nicely. Considering a couple of days ago I was down to 35. Next stop 50 maybe would be the logical thing to aim for. But I'm not too fussed with the DR. I think if I was qualifying higher because I spent proportionately more time in qualifying, I'd pick up more DR. But at the end of the day I'm just trying to race and have fun. On the podium, hitting that first sausage unsettles the car so you can't get on the gas soon enough on the main straight. I think you are right on that. I think when I hit that first sausage, I have to be off the gas, otherwise I'm worried about spinning the car around. And it means when I get on the second sausage, I'm also off the gas because I'm worried about the car being unsettled. Whereas if I could get on that second sausage on the gas and straight over it, then I would get a much nicer exit on the straight. And in the RCZ I was having to lift in the last corner. I think I had the brake balance all wrong in the RCZ, by the way. I don't think I should have had it anywhere near the front. I think it should have been near the back. But anyway, with the R8 I don't have that problem. I can just go flat through the last corner. So yeah, it's something I need to try. There's going to be a similar corner next week at Interlagos turns 1 and 2, where it's going to be all about the exit, and I'll need to work that out. Flying Flapper hand is a bit sore, so we'll wait a couple more days for hit track again. Yep, don't blame you. At least you got time off work, and the hand will heal. So until then, hopefully we can do you proud on the stream. So you've been giving a lot of tips, and yep, your lap time was a very good benchmark. And I think I could shave a 10th off without too much difficulty. I only did about 6 or 7 laps in the R8 to get that time. But we'll crack on with the races. You can see someone like Nori, we seem to be of quite equal pace, so you know, we're qualifying similar or equal pace, seems to be fair enough. Billy the Kid is mad, he didn't get to make this year. Yeah, maybe. I really hope we see Billy the Kid again here. I mean, the guy was absolutely mental. Just destroying people left, right and centre. I tried to destroy him actually, and I got a 1 second penalty. I can't remember how I tried to... Yeah, I tried to run him wide in one of the last corners. I was on the inside. We'll call it the Hamilton. I tried to Hamilton him, but I got a penalty. Billy Kid is very good at, from what I've seen, of being off-road but not spinning out. He was coming off-road back onto the track multiple times. Maybe he's a rally guy. Maybe he's Sebastian Loeb. Is he Momo's son? Maybe. Maybe he's Momo's alternate account. I really hope we see him again. He's great entertainment. I suspect, unfortunately, we won't because he tanked his SR. Maybe we'll see him in the race after. Eco Terrace, did you find it a bit dirty in that lobby? Yes, I found it very dirty. In these races so far, this week and today, I've had a few dirty moments. Sounds wrong, but I've had a few scrapes. But kind of like isolated instance. That was just the first couple of laps were just, there was a lot of bad blood there. R8 is strong in this track for sure. Yeah, someone popped into chat a couple of days ago and just said use the R8. I didn't really acknowledge it. I should have done. But actually, I think they were right for me. Both are French, yeah. Not a lot of Brits in these races. Just eco-terrorist and myself so far. Doing it for Queen and Country. Let's see who we've got. Looks like another fast lobby. Josetti. I don't know if anyone knows of Twitch. Josetti is the Josetti who races top 16. His alternate account. That would be cool. Trappy YouTube. What else we got? Nobble was very fast yesterday. Basis time we know. Neil Zerban I've seen a few times, but I haven't really come across him. Not in the same lobby as Eco Terrace. Are you in the same lobby as Billy Kid? That's the real question. On the podium, is the Wi-Fi connection on the PS4 still poor for sense of the router or the LAN cable anyway? So my PS4 Wi-Fi connection was really poor, and I never noticed it until I was racing in leagues and people were saying, "Oh, you're jumping about." And for me, it was a combination of the PS4 being in a different room to the router, but also the router being really, really poor quality. So I actually bought a gaming router, what's purported to be a gaming router, and now I get the full Wi-Fi throughout the house. So my Wi-Fi on my PS4 I think is okay. Although I see I'm only on 4 bars there, but it seems to do the job for me. But you can't beat an Ethernet cable. Yep, see you in the next race, Eco Terrorist. Maybe we'll all be united again in the next race. You, me and Billy. Good times. The PS4 I think has a bad Wi-Fi chip. I don't know if they fixed it in the PS4 Pro. But anyway, I've moved my PS4 because I could hear it in the replays, kind of the background noise of the fan. So I've moved it to try and stop that, and also change the settings and whatnot, and I hope the sound is still okay. Yep, on the podium, looking forward to that. Our league race on Friday was postponed because of... Oh, is that who's on pole? Is that our Turkish friend? Oh no, I don't know who he is. Yeah, our race on Friday was postponed because of rolling blackouts in South Africa, which is a new thing for me, but completely fair enough. Maybe that's why there's no F1 race at Kyalami. Risk of blackouts. Right. Whoa, got someone on the McDonald's Wi-Fi ahead. Mr. 420 RX. Ah, I didn't cool the wheel. I always remember I didn't cool the wheel in the first corner. Hopefully we don't have a wheel moment. Lots of Dutchmen in this race. Ah, I didn't warm the tyres either. Didn't warm the tyres, didn't cool the wheel, and didn't burn gas in the warm-up. Not very good at the pre-race rituals. If I remember, we were kind of on for a half-decent race very early on. Oh, we were matching the cars ahead, but then we got dive-bombed by Billy, I think. So maybe we can keep up a bit more with these guys this time. What a username this guy has. He's having a moment. Don't like this. Didn't want to play a particularly... oh shit. Gonna be on the inside here, the corner that counts. And the next. What's up with the racing today? Am I going to get a penalty for something that happened there? Got to have the elbows out a bit more. What's going on? What is going on? Just getting mugged. Alright, we can go forward from here. Maybe that's what happens when you hit 40k DR. It's kind of... it's like this is how the real people race. You thought you were racing before. Not really. What's going to happen here then? Was that a Ford GT head? I can't really see in the VR. No. Looked like a Ford GT. Just another R8. Ooh, he's run wide. Oh, well held. Yeah, Alex, I shouldn't be taking the curb like that. I should either be eating it whole or avoiding it, and I was in no man's land there. Gonna be all opened up for a move down the straight here. On the inside. Got the indicators on. It was just a trick. He's always got the indicator on. Bit of a moment. Someone's gone very wide there, they're going to feed back in. Someone else has gone wide. Someone's taken a penalty. Lot to keep track of here. Should be on the throttle earlier coming out there, I think. How are we going to take the chicane today? I should give a rating every time I go through the chicane. I'm going to give that a 5.5 out of 10. I don't like doing that line normally, I just feel like it uses the tyres unnecessarily. Prefer to be tighter normally. Catching up with the love bug, someone's gone off again here. Ooh, heart in the mouth there. Good battle ahead. If we can just catch up, that would be great. Don't do anything silly. I'm gonna give that a 6 out of 10 because I think I held the slide well, and I think it was a bit better than the last time. Fastest lap in this race is not particularly fast for the really fast guys. A lot of fighting up ahead. Nice. That would be a cool concept if every time you went through a corner, the game gave you a rating based on like your apex speed, line, etc. On the podium, I saw some of your videos from ACC that have like a, you know, you have to dial the car in, and it gives you ratings and stuff. It's quite cool. Seven out of 10. Giving that a 7. Cards are up. Oh, he's indicating to let me know that I should overtake him. Makes sense now. Got it. I hate running close there. You dip a wheel right, they're really fighting ahead. Just catch up. best through that. Ooh, the wheel is getting quite hot. So forget about it. Nothing I can do. Well, I guess I can drive gently and try not to put the motors under stress. Yeah, I'll just imagine it's F1. Team radios come in. We've got an issue with the wheel. We need to look after it. That's going to be a 5 out of 10. Felt pretty slow. Fast, getting faster and faster and faster. You know what, it's a hot day. It's a hot day today. It's flying ant day. Even Billy the Kid getting affected by it all. And that is when my wheel tends to overheat. Well, that's not going to help. I think what I'm going to do, next time on the straight, I'm going to try and reach over and fix it. Another 5, right. Trying to... Can I see? There's a... Okay, there's now cool air blowing towards the wheel. Let's concentrate on the racing now. We lost time there. Pieces. Right, he's going to take that penalty on the next lap. Someone else just took a penalty. Man, I braked too early there in the R8. I don't know what score to give that. The first part was terrible, but the second half was okay. I think the first part was a 2, second part was a 6, so I think on average I have to give it a 4 or something. Not really closing the gap, which is frustrating. Another penalty ahead. He's gone wide. Won't be a penalty, I think, but just a bit closer, hopefully. We were very slidey through there. It's decent. Gonna give that 6.5. I should stop giving the scores before I've actually got onto the start finish straight. Right, last lap. P9 will go down nicely. Might be semantics up ahead as well. Very messy so far. Still in kind of touch. Just kind of needing to make a mistake there. Ooh, he's on the edge. Oh, it's a bit deep there. We might get a penalty for that. What does that mean? Pretty happy with that. Through the chicane. But with the race, I'm going to lose this position, but not anymore. Messy race. I think I took a penalty at the beginning that I'm not sure was my fault. But anyway. Just cool the wheel down, because I was getting seriously stressed out about that. Hope it went well for you too, Ecoterrorist, and we catch up on the chat. Flying Flapper, I use an Ethernet powerline adapter. Yeah, I've heard good things about those. If your PS4's in a different room. No F1 at Cataluyna because only like 5 people could afford tickets to go. Yeah, I don't know the track, but it kind of has a mystique about it. It'd be cool to get F1 back down there. Yeah, I think trying to recall the race, it got very argy-bargy very quickly, and I do think it flustered me a bit. I think I should have, despite what happened at the beginning, I think I should have still been a couple of places higher if I just done what I know I can do. Fairly happy with the fastest lap though. Medal type system for ACC, like it split sectors up into one of the tests. Yeah, I would like some feedback like that. What I was thinking about is I saw some telemetry from F1 qualifying yesterday. I haven't seen the result yet. I don't mind if you spoil it. I will watch the highlights later. From the qualifying yesterday, and looking at the throttle inputs from Hamilton and Verstappen in the wet, obviously. and I could interpret a lot from that telemetry about to see where Hamilton was gaining time. He was on the throttle sooner, but then more progressive, whereas Verstappen would be on the throttle a bit later, but then go to 100%, and then have to lift a little bit, and then back on, correcting canter steer and whatnot. Whereas Hamilton was, I think, wasn't spinning the tyres up as much because he was more progressive. So that kind of feedback, stuff like that. I mean, sim racing is perfect for it. I'd love to get more in depth in that kind of stuff. So there's some corners here where I think I'm braking too soon, and it'd be good to kind of get the feedback on that. I think that must be Josetti from top 16 because he picked up the fastest lap of the race. Still finished ahead of him, so we'll add that one to. Don't know what we add it to. Scrapbook. Just cooling the wheel off. I was thinking about getting ACC on PC. I do have a Assetto Corsa, but I'm also paying for iRacing, so I think I should probably kind of do more iRacing first before I buy something else. Evening, Jedi Jonah, thanks for joining. Saw you. I don't know if you improved your lap time, but I know you're on the board here for Cataluyna. We are in the R8. I had an epiphany overnight, switched to the R8 today, immediately set a better lap time, and just seems to be working a bit better for me than the RCZ, although I would say that I'm pretty sure I had the brake balance all wrong on the RCZ. I don't think there was any reason to have the RCZ brake balance to the front. Let's turn the fan off. Got reset back down to a D and 12 SR. I mean, that's an achievement to get a 12 SR. I don't know if you were in a race with someone called Billy Kidd. Might have had something to do with it. Just get good in the controller. Yeah, I'll never be as fast as you in the controller on the podium. Get your card sponsored by TGT, yeah. We were talking about wheels yesterday. When I do decide to get a new wheel and it's all announced with consoles and everything, I'll do the research, I'll talk about it, I'll let you know what I'm thinking. But if a good wheel makes sense, then I'm happy to get a good wheel. I think at the moment and I'm absolutely not blaming the wheel for being slow, but I think at the moment I don't get a lot of detail in terms of the ride. I'll show you what settings I have for. So 4-speed feedback's on 5 and 5. Anything higher and it will overheat. Definitely for the torque. I'm not sure if it's the same sensitivity. Basically, if I try and ask the wheel to do too much in terms of pushing against me, it will just overheat very quickly. Eco Terrace with the TGT. Don't know if you can recommend it. I do have Thrustmaster pedals, the T3PA Pro pedals, so it would make sense to stay in that ecosystem. But I think you can use pedals interchangeably with Fanatec. I don't have any karting sponsors. This year was meant to be a year for me to get much better at karting. So by this time of the year, I was meant to have done a shitload of karting, and it hasn't happened. Had run racing to Porsche, Jedi with no practice, no improvement. Yeah, don't be afraid to take the time out to practice. Again, I'm pretty sure I could get that lap time down a couple of tenths if I just spent 15-20 minutes. But for Interlagos, I am going to take time to set a good lap time. Porsche really good tyres, yep. Wouldn't class you slow. Everything's relative. There's always going to be someone faster than you. And in GT Sport, you're always moving up through the ranks. Where I want to get to really for myself is in karting to kind of be mid-pack competitive in Club 100. At the moment, I'm just kind of off the mid-pack, or from the races I've done recently. Yeah, maybe I might be doing more iRacing, I don't know. I'm doing the Motorsport UK F3 Championship at the moment, which has been very interesting. As part of that, I've had to buy a few tracks and cars, so I'm invested there. I do get a free subscription for a bit because I'm a Motorsport UK registered driver. So probably will be using the wheel on PC. So I think that's why Fanatec makes a bit of sense. I am the sort of person that if I have one thing for a period of time, when it comes to change, I do often like to see something different. And I have had this wheel for, I think, 5 years now, something like that. Just started today round. We very fast Ecoterrace. Don't know if we're going to be on the same race again. Hope we are. I think he would beat me, Flying Flaffer. I'm not saying that I caused the injury by kind of going to your workplace and sabotaging some piece of equipment. But I think I am going to finish this week ahead. But it might be a good battle in the future. I can see you set your time very early. Well, I set my time today. It's 3:38. So it took me a lot longer to get there. PD give me mirrors. Do you mean in the game? To see what's behind you? So there was an issue I had earlier on today where I was coming off the back straight and I knew there was someone behind me. I didn't think they were that close. So just brake normally, went to turn into the hairpin, and because I'm in VR when I'm racing, which is why I can't see your comments when I'm racing, well then maybe I can do something about that. I was looking all the way to the left. My head is physically turned, about 45 degrees to the left. And in VR, the screen is very big. So I couldn't actually see my radar. My radar wasn't in my field of view, so I couldn't see that someone had kind of got along on the outside. So I thought I could use all of the track. But I couldn't. But I guess that's the same in real life. In real life, you'd have the same field of view. I can use that as an excuse every time I punch someone off. It's because I'm in VR. What's 7:30 race? Yeah, I'll have to see it if you got a video. Yeah, it's hot. The wheel's hot. I'm hot. The PS4's hot because it's now in a box, essentially. Makeshift box to be quiet. So we've got Josetti again. I don't know if he's streaming. Let me just see what's in this race. Base design. I'm getting in the quicker lobbies now. Definitely satisfied to make that slow progress. I think I'm the kind of person where if I make slow progress, I find that more satisfying than having a one-off and getting on a podium or winning a race, because that comes and goes. Whereas I feel here I've genuinely got a lot more consistent pace, and I like that. A lot of these drivers been racing with today. Guy ahead was on the MUC-D Wi-Fi last time, but let's have changed it. Ecoterrorist in the D race, the danger race, where bad things can happen. Hopefully you can just get ahead and treat it like a time trial. Well done, Jedi Jedi, if you did beat your time. It's all practice. I mean, this week, every race I've done, apart from one I did earlier today, just to test out stuff, I've done on stream. And if you have a look at where I was at the beginning of the week, I mean, I was nowhere near a 145 in my quali time. I was doing 148s, 149s, I think, at the beginning. And it's just practice. And I think better drivers than me will get quicker faster. But for me, there's no shortcut for practice. So if you're making progress, then great, I say. Someone has their wet tyres on, apparently. Could be interesting. Right, the wheel is nice and cool. I'm gonna burn fuel in the pre-race thing, and I think that's all the things I had to do. I feel like there was one more thing. Cool the wheel. I've already cooled the wheel. Anyway, I think I forgot one. Remus, it's all kicking off with Remus. That was a Russian driver, yeah, who wasn't he in the AMG? I think he kind of sparked things up. Someone sparked something by But I really come at the inside in like turn 1. Oh yeah, warm the tyres. That's it, warm the tyres. Right, I'm burning the fuel. I'm like a pro. Warming the tyres. Well, I haven't warmed the tyres yet. Look at that, burning the fuel. Get that down to 98, I think. We don't need fuel. I don't know if that's how it works or not. I don't even know if you can burn fuel in the walnut. It would be nice to get a bit closer to Mr. Base Design because we've had some good races in the past in FIA. Warm the tyres. Forgot. Wow, someone's close. Where did you come from? It begins. I think I've just got to be a bit better and not get mugged. Got to be a bit more streetwise. Ooh, that's close to a penalty. Just avoided it, I think. Mr. Design with the penalty today. Probably could have gone for that gap actually. He's going to do the cut back. Whoa, it's all compressing. Line corner this. You can't see the curb. Close racing today. Close racing. Right, I think I've had some run-ins with these two Spaniards behind before. Whoa, what happened there? Oh, it's Mr. McDonald's Wi-Fi man. But I feel very satisfied that I can race in this pack now, because I couldn't early in the week, and I kept saying, "Oh, if I had a couple more tenths pace, I'd be up there." And now we've got those couple more tenths. So thanks everyone in the chat for your help. That was a bit of a dive, I'll admit it. Didn't think I was going to be that hot coming in. Let's regroup. I saw someone was serving the penalty, so it was all going to get a bit funny, so I thought I may as well go for the inside. I thought he was going to crowd me out, but the road kind of opens up a bit. Anyway, let's catch up. Oh, that's poor. I broke too early there and it was a bit messy. It's slowly catching. There's too many cars here for there not to be a crash. Okay, we seem to be splitting a little bit here. R.I.P. Right, somebody's going to kick off here. And ahead, maybe. So am I braking marker anymore? I need to get it together for that corner again. Still in the mix, bit of a slow lap. That's pretty good for me. 3, 1, 2 and 3. A little bit average through there. This should be a decent lap for me, I think. Oh, okay, a bit slower than I thought. Can't remember where I lost time. very different lines through that corner. It's close racing. Ooh, okay. Get a good exit here, please. I don't know why I'm saying please, like it's not entirely in my control. Right. Cut back. No. I don't want to fight too much because we're catching up with, I think, 4th and 5th. He was very defensive, as is his right. In fact, arguably, he was less defensive than the last time I tried to go on the inside with the other person. Right, they're fighting ahead. This Czech driver, he dropped out of the top guy, so be careful. So R8 going very wide. Don't know what that yellow flag was for. I often get excited when I see yellow flag in GT Sport. Ah, okay. What has happened up here? Game on. Let's join the party if we can. Would have had a bit of a run if we hadn't paused that up. We're taking very similar lines. Now this Czech guy is obviously faster. Number 1 rank as well. I'm not going to fight it too hard if he comes. He might unlock some puzzles up ahead for us. Not too far away from the leader, it's very good to see. Where are you going, pal? Two laps to go at the end of this lap. Cool. But I think there's going to be fireworks ahead. Oh no! What on earth has happened there? What I got on there? And why have I got twin Vipers behind me? Well, I want to finish ahead of base design. I feel like we're fairly evenly paced. We might be on Twitch. Not going to make it easy for him. I had a bit of a moment there. I'm going to be laughed at all over Spain for the way I take the chicane. I'm surprised I didn't really go for that. No. Don't Hamilton me. Got the inside here. Just gave him enough room there. What's going to happen here? Gonna have to go defensive here. Gave him enough room there, I think. No! Tactical slowing down. We did it, chat. We beat Josetti, who I think is a fast driver, if he's the Josetti guy. Gonna high five the wall next to me. There we go. Virtual high five. Whew. Cool the wheel. Post race ritual. Catch up on the chat. Jolly Jonah, anyone know what next week's dailies are? I hope people have let you know later down. I think it's Interlagos Race B, Le Mans Race C. There's a website. I'll put it in the description for the next video. Evening Ian, thanks for joining. Hope you enjoying the racing. I mean, if you compare the racing now to the beginning of the week, now officially faster than Josetti. I want to see who this Josetti guy is, the guy I think it is. Yeah, Kudos Prime AR71B, that is the website that I use, not only for races but also for my stats. So I'll refresh that now. How were we time-wise? What a finish to a race that was. Wow, I think, whisper it, I think we've got better. I just feel safer, more consistent. I'm not going to spin it. Lunge of the Century Flying Flappy. I can't remember what that was. I feel like I did do a lunge at some point. And got very lucky that there were no cars in the apex and I kind of barreled through. I've got to make sure I don't miss the next race. Who am I thinking about? I'm thinking about PR on Josetti. I don't know if that's the guy who's on Twitch in that account. Hate Group 1 can never work out the curse system. Yeah, it's a pain for qualifying for me, because if the hybrid is relevant, sometimes you only have it for one lap because it doesn't recharge properly. Scroll down. Well done, Eco Terrorist. Looks like you smashed it in that race. Hopefully see you in the next one. Ian getting the A ranking. Nice. We are doing well. Do throw in your ads or whatever they are. Can see you on the friends list. Can see each other on the times. Decent result there. Treviso with a big old 258. But big result yesterday in manufacturers. Just the one and done for me with the 170. Averaging out those couple of 60 points a bit nicely. Number 1 in Greater London. I'll take it. Could be a Josetti wannabe, but I'd be surprised because he's absolutely rapid. He's starting last and he's rapid. So in my head I'm going to say it's that Josetti. And also I'll check it out after the stream because he had a Twitch link in there. So I might be the most hated man in Spain. It's an exaggeration. There might be some comments in that Twitch chat that aren't favourable to me. I think I defended fairly reasonably, and he tapped me a few times, which is completely fair enough. I've got no issues with it. I'd rather get tapped from the back than nudged from a side-on angle. Yeah, well, I'll drop you an ad, Eco Terrorist. We'll get you in the leaderboards. Right, the wheel is nice and cool. T150 is a bit of a diva. Got to keep it cool. Haven't seen any of these yet. When I do daily race A, I often, for some reason in daily race A, I often set decent lap times. I think it's because less people do daily race A, or less of the fast drivers. So I do often race with top 10 daily race A, but rarely in daily race C. Fine Flapper, I'm not racing 3-4 weeks in FA. How many rounds left? I don't know. Sorry, I skipped through the screen. I don't think it's that many though. I heard someone say it's the last bit. Ian, just doing some dailies for now, giving it some time for FIA. Yeah, the thing is with FIA is that sometimes your FIA lobby, I say your average FIA lobby, is much closer than your average daily race lobby. From what I found, don't know if anyone disagrees. But in terms of having close racing, FIA is often a really good place for that. So you don't need to feel like you need to avoid FIA if you're not ready yet. I know Roberto Kit is picking up the game next week, I think. Might be going straight into FIA. Nations is at Red Bull Ring, JDJ needs for 19 laps, which should be good. Yeah, I'll be doing that. We'll catch the F1 highlights later today. I'd actually never driven the Red Bull Ring until maybe a month ago. Same with Laguna Seca, just a track I'd avoided. Still don't really understand the middle bit in Red Bull Ring. I think that's where all the time is made and lost. Mammal is on my friends list, top 10 very fast driver yet. I think I've been using his Ghost a little bit. Let's see who we're going to get. Eco Terrorist, maybe back in the same lobby. See what that did for the DR. A cool 1000 DR in that race. But there was some carnage in that race. I definitely got quite a few positions by fights happening up ahead, and like not normal fights. You know, quite aggressive ones. AL71B, I lost 900 points my first FIA for 20 FIA points and gained 3 places. Yeah, I don't know. If you gain 3 places, although I don't think it's how many places you gain, I think it's just where you finish, which is why qualifying is so important. I tend to get the strategy very wrong in FIA. Back with Mr. Josetti here. Twitch Josetti, I'm going to do a quick Google. Not really familiar with Twitch. Yeah, I don't know. No idea. Don't know what I'm doing with Twitch. Otherwise, starting in a good position. Base design would be nice to finish ahead of him. Pretty much same race as last time, I think. So yeah, if you can just nail... The best strategy, I think, for getting DR is just... If you have time throughout the week to do the races, is early in the week, just do time trial. Just watch replays at the fastest time and don't go racing, and then go racing later in the week with that fast lap time. Yep, Ian, you're absolutely spot on. That is what people do. And you can race on your alternate account early in the week, get to know the race, get to know the strategy, and then only go into racing on your proper account if you've got a very good qualifying time, or when you've got a good qualifying time, and you know how the race is going to go. Nice livery up front. Well, I want to be a bit more streetwise at the beginning. I think I'm getting mugged off too easily. Sazita again, I think we raced him a couple of times maybe. tend to fess someone to an element? Not sure. Let's try and do some overtakes in this race. Didn't really do a lot of overtaking last race. Tried a few banzai moves. Whoa, got way more of a snap there than I wanted. Probably should have just gone a bit deeper into that corner. See, I wanted to avoid that sausage curve, which is what I was doing earlier in the week when I was really slow. I don't really know how to avoid it now. Anyway, let's go forwards. I think the first Porsche went a bit too deep, and that's what, if you go deep, you just kind of fall off the corner. He might be trying to brake a bit late because he's got this Sazita on his tail. Lost track of my braking marker there. Again, I wanted to avoid it. I just got to commit to getting over it. Look how tighter I am in the R8. It's probably why the R8 eats the tyres a little bit more. Might be. We might have a bit of a run here. One day I'm just gonna misread that and smash into the pit wall. go, another crack. Make it interesting. Not at this corner, the next one will be good. Break off from the group behind if we can. I get this feeling this British guy is quite impatient. That's the vibe I'm getting. Oh no, I've been very impatient. It's going to be a penalty. That's the danger when you follow cars. For me anyway, sometimes I follow the car instead of following my normal line. And he was always very wide through there. That's terrible. He completely missed the corner and I still falling back from him. Anyway, we've both got a penalty. This is going to be interesting. That's a nice sound. Let's try and get a bit closer. I don't think I touched him there. I think it's very wide. Just a little bit too deep. Right, so we're going to get mixed up. See what happens. Well, he takes a very wide line through there. It seems to work for him. I mean, I had a penalty, so fair enough. Look how far we've dropped back there. Oh no. He's going to make the corner because he's very good. Let's see if we can follow him. That was close. Right, well hopefully you mix us up a little bit ahead. Yes, it's my weakness on this track, the chicane. Look how much time I've lost there. Might make it up here with the fun and games ahead. Side by side. Rossetti's just merged someone. Just murdered himself. Right, if we can just kind of keep in the coattails, I think we might catch up with the guy in 7th. To be honest, that's all worked out quite nicely for us. Well, this Rossetti guy is going to catch up with him anyway, so maybe we can pick up pieces. Two laps to go. Fastest lap of the race, but still 1.5 seconds behind Mr. Rossetti, whoever he is. Pretty painless. Not what we wanted. Stop going deep there. Getting that deep dish corner. I was going to say it looked to be an unusual line from the Porsche, but I also took a bad line. Let's try and catch up with him. just... Ah, it doesn't really matter, does it? Slipstream. Needing to make a mistake, really. A lot of action up ahead. Oops. Alright. Finishing ahead of Derek, who I think is a fast driver. So we'll take that. Couldn't quite keep Mr. Hezzetti behind that time. Cool the wheel. Getting used to that. Check into the comments. Flying Flapper, don't believe the YouTubers about finishing higher than your door number means nothing other than where GPT predicts you'll finish based on your DR. Yeah, that may well be right. I think you have to finish in the top path, basically. So we've just about done that. Ian B55 agree, get to pole or second for dailies, yeah. Especially Daily Race A. Daily Race A has been a good race to grind for me. Not like I grind that much, but when I do, I grind Daily Race A because slow cars, harder to make up the distance sometimes. Looks like Judy Jonas on the research on DR. I used to, there is an equation somewhere that I've seen about how the DR is cast out at the end of the race across the grid, and I think it's something like every driver you finish ahead of, they give you 150 DR, but then there's a multiplication according to the difference in driver rating, and vice versa for everyone who finishes ahead of you. Ian B55 SpaceX called Kira, if they want that rocket back. We should get a rocket in karting. I'm down at Daytona. See you, Flying Flapper. Hope I didn't miss you there. Thanks for joining. Hope the hand gets better. And hope to see you again soon. Same Jelly Jonah. It's an early shift. Late shift, early shift. Thanks again for joining. Hope you've had a very good weekend. Hope the racing has been good, the stream's been good. And everything goes well at work. Ian P55, just check. Yes, that is Hezzetti. He is streaming on Twitch. And you are in his race. Nice. I can see his DR there. It doesn't have a thing next to it. It's just dash. I don't know what that means. Is that what it says when you go up a ranking or something? But he's lighting it up with the lap times. If you are liking the stream, please feel free to subscribe to get the notifications and whatnot, or drop a like. It's up to you. I'm just enjoying the racing tonight. I do kind of wish we see Billy Kid again. See you, Jodie Jonah. You're doing the hard yards with that shift. So, respect. We'll do another one. I've seen I've seen people using the Viper, or is it the Corvette? Which in my head I just thought would be too bad on the tyres, but maybe it's not. See you at AL71B if you're leaving. Thanks again for joining. Hope you enjoyed the stream. I think the racing has been pretty good today. Interlagos next week, hoping for the same thing. Hoping that we'll see the same names cropping up. Are you the Jedi eco-terrorist? Don't know who you is. I don't think I'm a Jedi. I wouldn't really work in a Star Wars movie. I don't think I'm a Jedi. But I could be. Ian B55, I dread the day I run into you guys on track. Well, we can do a lobby. We can do a a lobby for the stream. We don't even have to stream it, and just mess around with some cars that are kind of good levelers on a tight track, maybe something like Tsukuba. Still here, AL71B. Yeah, nice. Joining us for another race. Yeah, but maybe a lobby would be a good idea. We can arrange that. Just mess around in a lobby, get some bragging rights. And if you do think Ian B55 you're newer to the game, then we can do stuff with ballast. So we can give people who, if you're an A rank, you get this ballast. If you're B, you get this ballast to even it out. That would be cool. Eco-terrorism. I think it might have to be a thing. It might have to be a thing. I'll do a video, like a 1 minute, 2 minute video with the time, proposed times maybe. Set, or just maybe an invitation to comment. Maybe we just talk it through now. I should have gone back to this car select screen to see what cars there are. We should invite people that we have good racing with in the daily races. We should invite the likes of Billy Kid. Maybe next week, yeah. Lockdown. If we are in lockdown, I'm not sure we're in lockdown anymore. I was out today, didn't really feel like lockdown. Maybe it gives a bit more time to do these things. Other thing I'm happy to do is, for Interlagos, well, maybe next week's too early, but when the race is coming up, just practice in a lobby and just chat and talk about lines, talk about stuff that seems to be working. That would be pretty cool. In the lobby you can change cars very quickly, just try different cars. Maybe that's something we do. Someone keeps piling in. Don't know if that's in the racing, eco-terrorist. Still on furlough, Ian B55, yeah. It's a strange one with lockdown. I think at the beginning everyone was in the same boat, unless you were a key worker or in certain industries that, you know, were going above and beyond to kind of keep the country moving. But mostly everyone was in the same boat, and now everyone's in very different boats, so it's a bit different. Boost to daily. You have to call it something like that. To call it something like that. Do the stream. Anyone can join, and we all try and get better lap times. We all try and get better lap times, and then we see how it goes in a week with the quali and the races. I've never done anything like that. That would be cool. Okay, I'll set that up. I'll do a video just to kind of hang the comments off and stuff, so we can have a, you know, don't know what the word is, throw ideas and whatnot, and then we'll try and set a time that broadly works, and we'll do it. And you know, just from me, I'd like to spend more time qualifying. Start higher up the grid. You can see here it's very close. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. A 10th. No longer E and B55. Is B55 a bomber? Or is that B52? Probably is a B55 as well. Just Ian now. First name terms on the stream. So Derek also doing a no quali. That must be his alt account as well. -1. So yeah. So earlier on this week we were starting behind Lady Geek Marvel. In fact, my quali time at the beginning of today would have been in 18th place. Or 17th place. It would have been after Evil Bunny. That's the massive difference that qualifying makes. There's no way I'd be able to get into the top 10 at the end of the race if I hadn't done my qualifying. Still not in my group. I think my DR is going up a bit. I'm around 40k. So mixing it in these types of lobbies. Ian, it's my second name, initial age. Nice. Nice sort of combo. $55. I think 50s are the new. I don't know. I think 50s seem like a good age to kind of aim to have stuff settled down, and you know, do travelling and do things that you really want to do, and still be active and all that stuff. That's my kind of hunch. Burning that fuel. Right. Wheels cool-ish. Can do those tyre warming skills. I don't really do this in karting because if I spin, I'm going to be the world's biggest idiot. So what does this race have in store with us? In store for us today? Always seems to start off with a nice little train like this. It doesn't last very long. Can't really see the brake lights the car ahead. Well held, sir. interesting. Definitely Hamilton in there. Ooh, I'm gonna get tapped. Okay. What a terrible exit there. Okay, so we profited massively. Look at that. Whoa! Where did that person go? We left the oven on. Whoa. That's the other thing that happens if you don't qualify as well as you possibly can. You get those incidents become your incidents. Someone's got a pen. Ooh, where did you get that from? Right, I know why sometimes I miss my braking marker on the back straight. It's because I'm using a yellow flag board on the right hand side to brake. But when someone ahead of me has a penalty, that red bar goes over that box so I can't see it. Just need to have a kind of backup marker. That's when racing kind of changed for me, is when I actually started to use brake markers, because before it was all just feel, and feel's not good enough. So even for the corner coming up, left-hander, I now use a bit of rubber on the curb. Here it's the beginning of the curb. Here it's the end of the curb. And here is that box. Just a little bit after usually. So it's more of a science in terms of the braking. Something I've got to do more in it with karting, so hopefully that helps in the karting front. Decent exit. Decent lap. Going to come back at him, this AMG. Bases aren't going very wide. deep there. Oh, what an opportunist to make that move. Hats off. That's a great move. I love that. Oh, I messed it up a little bit. Is he going to get a penalty? Yeah. A to lock curb in that sequence. This could be a problem for us because base design might jump this guy and then we might have a really bad hairpin. So I'm not sure base design will jump him actually. Well, it was kind of due because I was taking it so poorly recently. I think my entry is a little bit messy. It's the complex. Try and catch them up again. Was actually a little bit better, I think. Still not great. Oh, okay, fast lap. Side by side. Let's catch up. Yeah, sausages. Gotta be better at them. But lap time's pretty good. I should probably take note of my finishing time in the race. See if it's good or not. Look how much of a better exit you've got now. Catching him up there. What was happening ahead? Better exit. Just need to catch him slightly with the help of a slipstream. 2 laps to go. Quite a lot of fighting ahead, so hopefully something comes towards us. Running wide. Wow, really tight ahead. Okay. Oh no! Disaster. R.I.P. Well, tyres are a bit funny. Don't want to R.I.P. myself. Just got the better of me, Mr. Pace Design. He's always starting a little bit ahead of me. Bit too much grip there. Slidies. It's a shame. Gonna be fireworks ahead, maybe? P6, a good result. Good result. Not too aggressive racing. Just slightly off the guys in 3rd and 4th who were battling there. Look like some good battles ahead. Ian said that's if it were time for the climate change. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Maybe as a world will fix climate change like we fixed coronavirus. What's your BB on the R8? I've got it on -3. I think I've got it on -2. But maybe minus... Do I have it on... I might have it on +2. I think I might have it on +2. I had the RCZ on -3. Thanks, Ian. Yeah, I mean, cracking results at the moment. It's been a long journey, but absolutely smashing the results now. Well done, Eco Terrace, for the 3rd place as well. Hopefully that's bumping up the DR. I think the last couple of races I've just avoided battles. And that's just meant I've been in clear air and been able to do my thing. You guys are unreal, Cliffpang. Maybe he's talking about me? I don't think so. Oh, he means unreal in a bad driving way. Chat sound. Hope you're enjoying the combo, Eco Terrorist. It's a rewarding one. Interlagos next week. Well, Interlagos for race B and Le Mans for race C. No chicane. So going to be lots of slipstream. And then through the twisty stuff. Just checking out the fastest lap here. It's a fast lobby, isn't it? A bit more competitive with the fastest lap. I think I've only done a 146 for once. So yeah, going to be interesting next week. Daily Race C, I'll have to do some research. On Monday, if I get the time, there's no F3 next week because it's every other week. If I get the time, I'll open up a lobby on Monday. People might be doing it now. And just have it open to practice. Because I think the racing is better when you've been able to practice and you're more comfortable with the track and you're not spinning off everywhere. So for example, so many tracks. No chicane. I have Le Mans. Keep the chicane. So I don't know what these police lobbies are. I think people role players like civilians and police. Maybe it's cool. Next race C. So I'll do something like that on Monday and just be messing around. And hopefully if people are able to join, we can kind of share tips, get those fastest laps, etc. And then going forward we can do it in advance of the week. So not sure whether to do another daily race C. We've done quite a few daily race C's this week. But we've got to a position where the racing is, well, racing with some really fast people, which is where we wanted to get to. What's my PSN? My PSN is Kirith K. It's the first part of Kirith Car and just K. All one word. So we can check out the lap times. But yeah, not sure I'm going to do another daily race. I might pop off and watch the F1. I haven't seen the results, so hopefully it's a good race. Hope everyone's enjoyed the stream today. There's been some very good racing. It took a while to get there this week, but in the future hopefully I can get to that point a little bit quicker, get to that standard of the racing. I think the DR is now about 42k, so if we have races like that we'll actually get to A+, which would be crazy. And definitely going to be some good racing next week. Maybe we'll switch between Interlagos and Le Mans once we find out what cars there are to use. Is it an F logo? Yeah, it is an F logo. Probably see it here at the bottom. So I think we're going to wrap up the stream there. Some cracking racing. I'm going to have a look back at some of the moments. Check out some of the Billy Kid overtakes or dive bombs. There we go, Eco-Terrorist. We'll add you and get to compare times. But I hope everyone's enjoyed the stream. Thanks Ian, thanks Eco-Terrorist, thanks AL71B, Kate, everyone else. Thanks for joining. Definitely adds an extra element. I'm going to do my best to try and get up to speed for next week, and also have some cool racing with names you recognise, close racing, throwing a few more overtakes hopefully. Interlagos is a track I know. I didn't really know Cataluyna before in terms of in the game, so I'm optimistic that it's going to be some good racing. Now, I've got a video on my channel from a Club 100 team versus team racing with some very fast drivers there, people in top 16, and was kind of able to hold my own. So I've got a good feeling about next week, just in case I find the time and finding good races. So yeah, going to wrap it up there. Thanks a lot for joining. Please do feel free to drop a like or a subscribe or whatever. But until the next stream, which might be this lobby on Monday, we'll see. Or maybe I'll just practice. I don't know. But definitely next week we're going to be doing some daily races. Might do some Track Mania as well at some point. We'll see on that as well. And as always, if you have any comments or things that could go better, maybe the sound, maybe the video quality, or things I can add, like where it would be good for a webcam, stuff like that, just let me know. But really enjoyed it this week. Really, really, really enjoyed it. And I hope you have as well. So until the next video, have a very good evening, a very good weekend, and I'll see you all next time. Thanks for joining.